Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today I'm going to be doing Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas crochet kit, making Jack Skellington with the left hand. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So I have been asked to do lefties for Jack Skellington. If you have not seen the previous videos, I did do Jack Skellington with the righty. I'm naturally a lefty, but I also can do righty. So I try to make videos that will fit everybody. So if you have any requests to do lefty righty, please feel free to comment below and I'll try getting that video out as soon as I can. And then also, if there's any other kits out there that you were looking at, thinking about getting, or have and having difficulty with, let me know. You can email me or comment below and I will check it out, try to get it if I can find it. If not, you could always send me images of the instructions and I can work it out. Okay, so let's get this started. I'm just gonna go straight away right into Jack Skellington, and hopefully this time is a better experience, because whatever you do, any project, the first time it's always gonna come out not as great as you thought it would. And now I don't really have the wire. I have some of it. I don't know if it's going to be enough for the project, but if you saw the last video, it really didn't hold up Jack Skellington very well. I do recommend that you go to a hobby store and get maybe a thicker wire, or yeah, I don't know, because you just have to have it strong enough to stand up. So let's get into this. If you need to fast forward, slow down, or what have you, there's a little gear button at the corner of the screen. You want to click on that, and they have playback speeds. You can speed up or slow down the video. If you're a more visual person and you don't need to hear me talking throughout the whole thing, because sure enough my voice will start cracking at some point, you can click on the closed caption button, CC, and then lower the volume on your phone, and then hopefully everything will be all good. So we have a 3.25 millimeter hook. So if you happen to not have this size hook, you can always go to a hobby store and get it. I am using the yarn that they provided. If I run out of it, I will go use my own. So if you're concerned about, I was able to do Jack Skellington without having to get my own yarn, so rest assured you have enough for that. If you decide to make another one like I am, then yeah, I would suggest having backup, because I'm not too sure if this is gonna last, but if it doesn't, I do have backup. Okay, so let's find the end here. Now we are going to do everything with the lefty. Again, if you have not seen the righty video, check that out. That's probably more your style, if obviously you're not a lefty. But today we're showing love to the lefties. Okay. So what we're going to do is start off making the magic ring. They call it the adjustable ring, but we call it magic loop, magic ring. Okay, so you want to grab some yarn here. We're going to wrap this a couple times around your finger. Okay, and then you want some overage here. You want to put your middle finger, oh my gosh, and I chipped a nail. Please disregard. It's snagged on the yarn. You're going to put your middle finger right on top of that excess piece to hold it down. We're going to palm up here, just like that. And you can tighten up these strands a little bit. I'm going to stick my hook right under the 3 strands. And then we're going to pull it back out, and we're going to drag this strand under these 2. So hook it, and then turn the hook to the side. And then you can continue hooking it underneath those 2 strands. And then come back up. What we're going to do is yarn over. So grab this yarn and put it right over the hook. We're going to pull this strand through this loop. So pull that. And once you've done that, you can let go of your middle finger, and then you can slide off the ring from your index, and you should have this very loosey-goosey loop, 2 of them. Now I'm going to gather up some yarn here, and we're going to start this off. So with black, make 6 single crochet stitches, and we're going to end up with 6 stitches. AR's adjustable ring. So whenever we do this for single crochet stitches, we want to chain 1 for the height. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull that through the loop, and we've chained 1 for the height. Now we can get into our 6 single crochet stitches. So you want to stick your hook into the magic loops. I say loops because they're 2. Yarn over, pull that through the ring. Alright, then we're going to yarn over again, and you're going to pull that through both loops, and we have our first single crochet stitch. Okay, and then right next to it is the chain 1. Okay, so let's do this again. Stick your hook into both of those loops. We want to yarn over and pull up a loop. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2 single crochet stitches. You can see the nice braiding that's happening here. 1, 2, and then the chain. Let me walk through this one more time with you guys. Into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and now we have 3 single crochet stitches and the chain 1. So now we just have to repeat this 3 more times. So 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now that we have 6 single crochet stitches, we want to adjust this adjustable ring, close the magic loop, close the magic ring, any of those terminologies that you use. Okay, so how we do that is you want to take your, I guess, thumb and ring finger, and we're just going to gently hold down the stitching on this bottom side, not up here, down here, where the excess piece is. Now here you can see the 2 loops. Let's just call this front loop, and then there's one behind it, back loop. Now, it may be different from mine, but what you want to do is pull the excess yarn slowly, and either the front loop or the back loop is going to start moving. Once you've identified which loop it is, you can stop pulling, and we're going to do the next step. So pull this slowly, identify which loop is going to go in first, and for me it looks like the back loop is, so I'm going to let this go. What we want to do is, in my case it's the back loop. If it's the front loop for you, it's the front loop, but you want to pull out the back loop, or the front loop for you, if that you want to pull out this end, the bottom end, not the top end here, the bottom one. So hold on to that back loop, in my case the back loop, and I'm going to pull it out from the bottom, and as I do that I'm going to see the front loop follow and start disappearing. That's exactly what you need. Again, hold firmly onto the bottom stitches so it has some sturdiness, but yeah, pull the lower end of, in my case, the back loop. And again, it doesn't help that I put lotion on, but yeah, see how the front loop is now getting pulled into the ring? It's closing it now. See, the hole is smaller. Just keep pulling until it's as close as it can without forcing it too much. Because what we're going to do now that we have the back loop by itself, we're just going to pull the excess yarn and pull that until that back loop disappears. So keep pulling until it disappears, and then you just want to tighten it up a little bit. because it's going to further close that hole. See, the hole is entirely gone now, and that's exactly what you want. And then you're going to have this long piece here. Just leave it in the back. What you're going to want to do now is count six stitches from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to stick your hook into the 6th stitch. Now it's very hard to see this in dark yarn, so you really have to just look as closely as you can. Get a magnifying glass. I'm not joking either. But you can get a magnifying glass. But anyway, stick your hook into that 6th stitch in that braid. So we have 2 of them here because that's the braid for that 6th stitch. We're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through all the loops. This is how you do a slip stitch. So all the loops, just like that. And then you're going to take a marker, and I think they have, okay. You're going to take a marker. You're going to take the one, it's like a safety pin, but it's not sharp, it's made out of plastic. You stick it under the last stitch you made. So just like we stuck the hook into a stitch, we are sticking the stitch marker under the stitch. So we have the whole braid under it. So it's that 1 and 2 loops. We're going to close the safety pin or stitch marker, and then we can start our 2nd round. So this is where it gets interesting and wild. Only because we have to do this how many times, you guys? This is a tall Jack Skellington, which I like because I forget the price point for this on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description box below. But for the price, and they only give you enough fabric to make Jack Skellington and Sally. So Jack Skellington is big. So you're really getting the bang out of your buck. So what I do is you can go on Amazon or a hobby store and collect these. You can go buy packets. They sell them in by the tray. You know, you want to get a lot because you want to make sure that you have enough to cover yourself when you're doing projects like this. Sometimes that it's like rounds 2 through 30. That's a lot. That's obviously like what, 28 rounds. And I don't think I have enough markers to mark myself. So if this one's 2, this indicates this is round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, round 6, round 7, round 8, round 9, round 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is only 20. I still have to do 10 more left after this. I just have to remember that. Okay, so we have to get, and you guys are probably only going to have 5. I think the packet only came with 5, unfortunately. But this is how you can grab like a piece of paper too and write this stuff down if you really want to, if you know you're going to lose track of your rounds. But best bet is just to buy more markers. Okay. You can also use different color yarn, but that gets a little messy and you can accidentally like pull it out. So I would definitely recommend the markers. Okay, so right now I'm just trying to get more yarn because we've got a lot of work to do, you guys. Okay, I'm just... The way that they ravel these skeins for you is just very annoying, so not fun. Okay, I'm not gonna have fun with this. I just know it. The way they raveled it up. But we're gonna start this this much for now. I'm going to spin this around my finger. And then I'll probably do the next round with you. And then I'll do the rest in silence so that, you know, I don't take too long talking. Alright, so what we're going to do is, like we always do for each round that we're doing single crochet stitches, you want to yarn over and pull through the loop to chain 1. Like that. And we chain 1 for the height of the round. Now we have to do 6 single crochet stitches all the way around. It's pretty straightforward. So into the next stitch, we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So now we have our first single crochet stitch. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2 single crochet stitches. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And now we have 3 single crochet stitches and the chain 1. So you just have to do this 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that doesn't look right. Did I already screw up? Or maybe I counted wrong, because I have this as the marker, so technically there is 1 left, but let's count back and see if I screwed up. So this is the chain 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think I stuck it in the wrong hole. So because this is so small, you can just really skip over it and just do the slip stitch for the next round. If you're that, like, you know, perfectionist type like I am, you can unravel the whole thing and then make sure you're sticking your hook into the right stitch. But I think for me, I'm just going to stick my hook into, oh, and I shouldn't have removed this. Okay. Keep this on here. We're counting rounds. I'm already screwing this up. Alright, we're going to count back 6 stitches and do stick the hook into the 6th stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to stick our hook into the 6th stitch. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through all loops. And then we're going to mark that last stitch we made. So these markers are very helpful because they help you identify where the last stitch is. So clearly I know that I must have put my hook too early in a stitch, or maybe I doubled up on a stitch. But I know that I have to end with 6, and because this is just at the beginning and it's a small count, I'm just going to fake it. You can unravel the whole thing if that happens to you and then just start over. But let's move on to round 3. Same thing, 6 single crochet stitches. We're going to chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to stick our hook into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. One more time with you guys. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So I have to do this 3 more times. 1, 2, and 3. And we're right where we need to be in that marker. I paid attention closely this time. Alright, so now we can count back 6 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stick your hook into the 6th stitch, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all loops. We're going to take another marker and we're going to mark that round. Okay. So because we left these markers in, if you ever lose your place, we know that this indicates the 2nd round, 3rd, we're on the 4th round now, and that's how you count it up. Now, as you're doing this, your projects it's gonna start curling in on itself, and what you want to do is invert it. You want to flip it inside out, because If we have the excess tail here in the back, that's how we know that this is the wrong side, because this should be disappeared. I don't know if that sentence was proper English, but anyway. Okay, so let's invert this. Turn this inside out. Like that. You can take this excess piece and just tuck that into the project. You want to tuck it very low and away so that when you do your future stitches, you don't accidentally crochet it through anything. So you want to keep your project nice and clean. So now we have our project here. Again, we're on the second, third, fourth round. I'm just going to do this whole thing, and then I'm going to have to count 10 more because this is only going to give us 20 rounds, and we need 30. And then I'll pop back in with sound after that for the next steps. Okay, so I completed all 30 rounds. This is already the size of the leg and it barely fits the frame. So you can only imagine that we're going to be working kind of off frame for most of the body. But anyway, we fasten off the first leg, do not fasten off the second leg, instead continue with the body. So what we're going to do, it doesn't say how much yarn we need, so we're going to do like an inch or so. Okay, and then to fasten off, all you do is yarn over. We're going to pull through the loop and pull it all the way out like that, and then you're just going to tighten it up by pulling the excess yarn until that loop gets really tight to where you can't pull anymore. And then we're just going to remove these markers. And if you saw, I did remove the markers, you know, before, after I hit that 20 mark, and then I did 10 more to make the 30th row. Okay. And then for you guys, for the sake of the video, I am going to do the second leg off camera. You can just repeat this video if you need to do the leg over with instructions. I'm going to come back. I'm going to actually see how much time I have used up recording, and then we'll either move on to the body and head, or we'll do a part 2 video, because I don't want these videos to be too long. It just takes forever to produce and upload. And plus, naturally, I can imagine that you would be taking breaks. So it'll be easier to kind of figure out your spot when you come back. But yeah, I'm just shoving that excess piece in here. Just make sure it's hidden. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to do the second leg and we'll come back. Okay, so we did one leg and we were to fasten it off. Then we were to make a second leg and not fasten it off. We're going to be continuing on to the body and the head. I don't know how much farther I'm going to go with the body and the head. It depends on the length of this video. But let's continue on. Place the first leg next to the second leg and join them together by working on the first leg. Okay, so let me just gather up some yarn here. Okay. So for rounds 31, we have to do single crochet 6 on the first leg and then single crochet 6 on the second leg, 12 stitches. Okay. So that's pretty straightforward. Each leg is left with 6 single crochet stitches. So we're pretty much just doing that. Now before I continue, I just want to mark off where we did the last stitch on the leg. I had removed it because I didn't know what we were doing next. Okay, so we chain 1 like we always do to build the height. Then we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, then I'm going to grab the other leg, and you just find your moment here. I'm going to count 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we're going to count back 12 and do a slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Put your hook into the 12th stitch. Alright, you can move this marker, and we're going to do a slip stitch. So yarn over and pull through all the loops. Okay, and then we're going to put a marker at the last stitch we made. Alright, so now for round 32 through 36, we're going to do a single crochet stitch in all 12 stitches. So if this is 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, so 12 single crochet stitches, chain 1, and we're going to do 12 single crochet stitches. Okay, remove the marker. Oh wait, keep it on actually, we are keeping track. I always forget that. Count back 12 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, add your marker. Single crochet stitches. Just getting some more yarn. Okay, so I completed 36 rounds. I'm going to mark the last stitch I made. I'm going to remove the other markers. Okay, so now what it says is, oh, got one. Trim and fold a 14-inch piece of craft wire in half to make a V shape. Bend the ends if they are longer than Jack's legs. Insert the craft wire into both legs. So here is his waist, here are the legs, and I'm going to see if I actually have enough wire. If not, I think I have extra wire somewhere around here. Don't, I'm gonna have to get more wire. Whoops. So here is the wire that's left over from what they gave us. So we have to have 14 inches. So this is 8. We're going to need 6 more inches. Okay. So there is 16 right here. You want to go grab wire cutter scissors or pliers. You don't want to ruin your detail scissor, but that's all I have. So okay, let's try straightening this out as much as we can. So they want you to bend it in the middle. So put the ends together, and then we're just going to scrunch the ends together, trying to make it straight. We're going to do this all the way down till we reach the middle here. Try to just keep pinching it. Okay, and once you get it as pinched as you can, this is going to end up going into each leg in a V like this. Okay, so let's grab this back. Let's grab our project. And then we're going to stick this inside. And you're just going to have to fish it through. Might be a little difficult. I want to pull this out so that I have a huge loop, and I want to remove the hook. I don't want to worry too much about dropping it because I have to maneuver the legs. It just sucks that you have to do both of them at the same time, because one might be going well and then the other one pokes through the legs. And we're just going to keep on threading this through till we reach the end. So there we have it. Got it all the way through. Okay. If your wire is longer than your leg, then bend it. But in our case, it's not. And then we can move on to round 37. Okay, so let's continue on here. Stick your hook back into the loop, tighten it up. I'm gonna go grab some more yarn. Okay. Okay. So for round 37, we're going to do an increasing stitch, 3 single crochet stitches, 3 times to end up with 15 stitches. So chain 1, do an increasing stitch. To do that, we're going to pretty much do 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch. So stick your hook into the next stitch. Okay, we're going to do a single crochet stitch, and then we're going to stick our hook back into that same stitch, and we're doing another single crochet stitch. So here's our chain 1, here's our 2 single crochet stitches. We got that from this single stitch here. So now we can do 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3. And we just have to repeat this 2 more times. So increasing stitch into the next stitch, single crochet stitch into that same stitch, single crochet stitch. So we have 2 single crochet stitches in that 1 stitch, and we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to just repeat this 1 more time. So into the next stitch, we're going to do the increasing stitch. So into the next stitch, do a single crochet stitch, and then into the same stitch we used, stick in your hook, do another single crochet stitch, and then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, and 3. So now we're going to count back 15 and do a slip stitch. Just going to remove this marker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Stick your hook into the 15th stitch, and then let's do a slip stitch. and then we're going to mark off our last stitch. Okay, then we're going to move on to round 38. So for round 38, we're doing an increasing stitch and a single crochet stitch 4 times. Single crochet stitch 4 times, and then we're going to repeat this whole thing 3 times and end up with 18. So chain 1, we're going to do an increasing stitch, 1, 2, then we're going to do 4 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to repeat this 2 more times, an increasing stitch, 1, 2. Then we're going to do 4 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we just repeat this 1 more time, increasing stitch, 1, 2, and then 4 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, remove the marker, count back 18 and do a slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Mark off your last stitch. Okay, now we're going to move on to round 39. We're going to do an increasing stitch, 5 single crochet stitches 3 times, and end up with 21. So let's chain 1, do an increasing stitch, 1, 2, then we're going to do 5 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we just have to repeat this 2 more times. So increasing stitch, 1, 2, and then 5 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we just have to repeat this 1 more time, increasing stitch, 1, 2, oops, 2, and then 5 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I messed up somewhere. You can either, like I said before, count back and fix it, or you can just hide it. I'm just gonna hide it. So we're gonna count 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now, if you were missing a lot more than just 1 stitch, then I would go back and see what happened and redo it. But since this is just 1, I'm just going to let it go. Okay. So now we're going to do round 40, increasing stitch, 6 single crochet stitches 3 times, and end up with 24. Okay, so chain 1, we're going to do an increasing stitch, 1, 2, then we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we just have to repeat this 2 times, increasing stitch, and then 6 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we just repeat this one more time, do an increasing stitch, 1, 2, and then we're gonna do 6 more single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, remove the marker, count back 24 and do a slip stitch. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24. Mark off your last stitch, and while I get more yarn, we're gonna read the next round. So we'll be doing round 41, and we're doing an increasing stitch, 7 single crochet stitches, and then we're gonna repeat that 3 times and end up with 27 stitches. Just gathering this up. Okay, so we're gonna chain 1, we're gonna do an increasing stitch, 1, 2, we're gonna do 7 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we just have to repeat this 2 more times, increasing stitch, 1, 2, then we have to do 7 crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we just have to repeat this 1 more time, increasing stitch, 1, 2, and then we have to do 7 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Remove the marker. We're going to count back 27 and then do a slip stitch. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and 27. Slip stitch, mark off your last stitch. Okay, so now for round 42, we're going to do an increasing stitch and a single crochet stitch 8 times, and we'll repeat that 3 times to end up with 30 stitches. So chain 1, let's do an increasing stitch, 1, 2, 8 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to do an increasing stitch and repeat this 2 more times. Increasing stitch. Then we're going to do 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to repeat this 1 more time, increasing stitch, 1, 2, and then we're going to do 8 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, remove the marker. We're going to count back 30 stitches and do a slip stitch. So 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Slip stitch, mark off the last stitch. Okay, so now for round 43 and 44, we're going to do 30 single crochet stitches. So 33 and 43 and 44. Let me gather up some yarn. This may be the last round for the video. I'm not sure yet. Okay. Okay, so 30 single crochet stitches. Remove the marker, count back 30, and do a slip stitch. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Slip stitch. Oh, I didn't have to remove the marker, but it's only 2 rows, so we know this is row 44. 30 single crochet stitches again. Remove the marker, count back 30, and do a slip stitch. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. Mark off the last stitch. Let's see where we still have a little more time. So let me see. Last stitch should be positioned on the side of the body. In the next rounds, the stitches decrease to shape shoulders. I always say soldiers. Okay. So we're going to be decreasing from here. Let me try doing 45, 46, and 47 until we have to change to white. So hopefully the next video would start with the head changing to white. Oh, we have a knot here. This is a manufacturer's fix, so we'll have to deal with that. Alright. And I'm actually nearing the end of my black here, so I might need to whip out my own black. Alright, so invisible decrease. From what I remember, I think we use front loops only. But let's just look back real quick. Okay. Insert hook into the front loop of the next stitch and then immediately into the front loop of the following stitch. Okay. Okay. Because what we have to do here is invisible decrease 3 single crochet stitches 6 times and end up with 24 stitches. Okay, so let's chain 1 and we're going to go straight away to our invisible decrease. And what they want you to do is put your hook in the front. See how we have these front loops here and these are back loops? They want you to stick it right in the front and then immediately in the next one over in the front. So we have 2 loops on here. So let me show you that again. Okay, so into the next stitch, front loop, then immediately into the next stitch, front loop, and then we work the single crochet stitch like we normally do. So like that and like that. So we took 2 single crochet stitches and made it into 1. So now we have to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then we just have to repeat this 5 more times. So into the next stitch, front loop only, and then immediately into the next stitch, front loop only, and then we're going to work the single crochet stitch like we normally would. And again, we turned 2 stitches into 1. Then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then we just have to repeat this 4 more times. So into the next stitch, front loop, and then immediately into the next stitch, front loop. Work your single crochet stitch like we always do, and then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then we just have to repeat this 3 more times. So invisible decreasing stitch, three single crochet stitches, 2, 3, repeat this 2 more times, invisible decreasing stitch, okay, 3 single crochet stitches, 2, 3, invisible decreasing stitch, okay, and then 3 single crochet stitches. 1, try to tuck these end pieces behind the project. 2, and then 1 more. 3. We're going to remove the marker. We're going to count back 24 and do a slip stitch. So 3, 5, 3, 10. Oh, I lost my spot. 3, 5, 3, 10, 3, 15, 3, 20, 23, 24. Slip stitch, mark off your last stitch. Okay, then we're going to move on to round 46, which is the invisible decreasing stitch, 2 single crochet stitches 6 times to end up with 18 stitches. Oh, but wait, before we move on, stuff the body lightly and continue adding stuffing as I go. It's fairly large, 18 and 12, so I'm actually going to do it when I finish 12. So let's do chain 1, invisible decreasing stitch, okay, then we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, then we're going to do an invisible decreasing stitch, then 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, then invisible decreasing stitch, and then 2 single crochet stitches, and then invisible decreasing stitch, and 2 single crochet stitches, then invisible decreasing stitch, and 2 single crochet stitches, then an invisible decreasing stitch, and 2 single crochet stitches. Okay. Let's see. Remove the marker. Let's count back 18 and do a slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 18, slip stitch, mark the last stitch. Okay, and last round, I'm going to hold off the slip stitch because we are changing color, but we're doing an invisible decreasing stitch to single crochet stitch 6 times to end up with 12 stitches. So chain 1, do invisible decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, repeat this 5 more times, invisible decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, repeat this 4 more times, invisible decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, repeat this 3 more times, invisible decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, repeat this 2 more times, invisible decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, and repeating this 1 more time, invisible decreasing stitch, and then single crochet stitch. Okay, remove the marker. So before we switch, I'm going to switch to white in the next video. I'm going to pull this out a little bit so that I can remove the hook. I don't want to lose my loop here. I'm just going to stuff it with the stuffing that they give you. I'm going to start out small because there's the waist here that you want to fill, and it's more narrow than the chest. So stuff that first, and then you can gradually feed more into it. You just want to make sure you fill in. Kind of reminds me of cotton candy. Okay. You want to make sure that you stuff it enough because we are going to be moving to the head, and it's going to get really narrow and you won't be able to stuff it anymore. So make sure you get enough stuffing that you want into the chest area. Okay, just a little bit more. I want this to be nice and firm because I feel like it's going to keep the wire in place, but I don't know. As we did the last video for righties, it did show to be kind of flimsy. But yeah, so that is it, you guys, for this part 1 for lefties. I'm just trying to put the stuffing back into the bag. Okay. Yeah, so part 1, we did the legs that you see here, and we did the waist and the chest. And then we're going to move on to the head in part 2. So there you have it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.